Hi, Gryoger again on another Let's Play Solo. Well, it's been a while. Sorry about that. I had some problems. I mentioned it earlier in another channel update, but basically I got unlucky. I did a major update on all my campaigns right around Christmas time during the vacation, and then Windows decided not to boot. So I reset Windows, which wiped out the data app folder, which is unfortunately where Fantasy Grounds keeps its data. So basically, I lost all those updates. I did have a, I had updated in mid December, so if I hadn't made such a big update, it wouldn't have been that bad. But anyway, it took me a couple weeks to get my campaigns back up to date for my players, and then the solo campaign took me a little bit longer because I had to recreate a lot of the playtest stuff. But the good news is I pretty much got it all back to where it should be, other than unfortunately I lost a lot of updated monsters, and then but you know we'll keep moving. One tip I will say is that Fantasy Grounds Virtual Tabletop installs by default to that data applications folder. My recommendation to you would be to install it to your documents folder instead. That way, if you ever need to reset Windows, you won't lose your Fantasy Grounds data. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about quickly in the solo play category is random encounters. Obviously, in a way, random encounters are the heart of solo play. But when do you stop using them? And that's what I'm talking about right now. What happens when I'm on the 10th level and I pass through, the lower first, second, third, all the little levels? Is it worth me doing encounters at first level when I'm 10th level? And the answer is going to be no, right? It's a waste of time. And time is one of the most precious things when you're solo playing. So when do you stop? And that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit. I'm going to stop when they're out of tier. Now, WotC has a tier system. They only use 4 tiers, which I think is far too broad. I'm using one that's 7 tiers, basically first and second, and then every 3 levels after. And so basically, I will quit doing, once I get to be 3rd level, I'll quit doing first and second level random encounters. Now, as an option, though, one thing I have been thinking about is on the way out, especially if you're wounded, sometimes it's got that little extra tension if you're doing an encounter on the way out. So another option might be to ignore all encounters up until you get to your current level, but then do them on the way out. So that's something I'll think about a little bit later. So we finally, and by the way, I had to actually look at some old videos to get my my party back up to where they were in the last video. So our guys have been doing pretty good. They got down to the 2nd level. They got on a roll really, and they're about halfway through. Getting there's XP. There we go. So they're working pretty good. They're not quite halfway. Is a little halfway in experience, but they started at about 300. So, but they're making good progress, especially for the first push. So our goal is to get back down there and see if we can find some sweet boss loot. We're also working on 2 quests, which they were doing amazingly well, honestly, on one of them until they finally failed to communicate with their centipede last time. So let's just go. So right now I am still doing random encounters. One of the things you may notice is that these pens have got much smaller, which overall is kind of nice because for a while they had them super big. If you hold down control and roll, they'll get bigger though. So depending on your preference, a little bit bigger is fine for me. Now I have some maps where I'm pinning the doors and stuff where the small size is perfect. So we've got one random encounter, then 1, 2, and then on the next room on the other be another one. So let's see if we find a first level encounter. Guys, there's still only second, so first level encounter still would have been a little drain on their resources. So we made it down to the second level. And let's get our images. There we go. And so we're coming down right here. Now, the X, by the way, there's a trap there. So when we look at our map, looks like it would be to find a new area to explore. It looks like up here, here, over this way, up and around maybe, down and around. Looks like we can get right into the exploration. So let's go that way. I think I'm gonna go up this time. See how it goes. All right, so we'll drag and drop our. For those who may not be as up on this, if you turn your party sheet and do the orientation so that it faces in the direction, there's a target. See where he is, and so that's basically where it's going to drop. When you let it go, that's where it drops. So if I want my guys coming down the stairs, then and you can drag it out of the here. So right there's Dent. Now because I like my because I want to move all these guys at once, I'll just squeeze them all up in a square. And these little tokens, I've actually on my other one I started giving the owl a solid fill token. This is a monster token. God, this thing will not grab. Oh, I see why, because he's in the wall. Let's try it again. There we go. All right, so if I grab them and select them all, they can now go around corners and stuff. All right, so as soon as I hit this room, now that I set it all up nicely, oh, well, that wasn't much of a drop. Looks like it registered though. No, I guess it didn't. All right, so no random encounter. We're gonna head. Let's close that map. We decided we're gonna head north. So that was that one. Then 1, 2, and new. So I'm using the arrow keys to move on. Once we got them all selected. All right, so they're going to head north and see what they can find here. So let's see. We're still really close to the middle, so this would be an early exploration with rooms. Only to review, it's been a while. Pretty much the first 9 are no rooms, and then after that, it becomes rooms. The reason you're doing that is to stop dead ends, basically, and also to stop. It's particularly important for first level characters, but to stop the fewer doors, which means they're more likely to survive the first couple encounters. All right, so we got a left hall turn. Now, I had recently, part of recreating everything was to use my better traps, which will automatically put traps in. So I've got 23, which is a hall left turn. So we're going to actually close off one of the ways of this four-way here. Zoom in a little. It's going to be right there. Okay, so hall left turn. Let's see what we got. Not a lot, but this is going to get us quickly out of the it's going to hit us, start heading us out of the early exploration. So we round the corner, and after, let's take a look at this. Yeah, this is pretty much, that's the most generic hall description. All right, let's say round the corner. What do they see? So we're still 1, 2. That's on the still early exploration. We might find a room. Rooms do have the biggest chance of monsters. Oh, four-way chamber. This is lots of options. Four-way chamber is 41. Right there. No doors. Nothing for those evil monsters to hide behind. It's going to be probably around there a little bit. Wow, that's pretty close. That's exactly close, looks like. All right, but what lurks? I kind of miss solo play, honestly, while we're doing all this stuff. So we've got uneven clay tiles. So the floor changes are made from crude one stone. All right, so that's going to get our guys a little paranoid. Nothing like changing the floor to get the juices flowing on our guys. They will be a little more cautious. Let's get back in play mode. But I think some of the changes for Fantasy Grounds since we last played was they did some stuff so you had to go back more into play mode, but to manipulate the pins, map pins. All right, so let us see. We're going to try lawn mowing a little bit, so I'm going to head south because I'd like to see if I can connect back up. One of the things I found when I was doing some solo play with these style of tiles, and when I say these style of tiles, what I'm talking about is one encounter per tile, is which gives you, by the way, one encounter per tile implies that you're going to have a big sprawling dungeon, which Fantasy Grounds does super well because of our infinite plane for dungeon expansions. Is that the further you get away, the riskier it gets, because on the way back you might catch stuff, find stuff. So because our guys are still a little bit low, I'm going to try to stay close to where we can run back up the stairs. So we're going to head south here. They're going to look. They're getting pretty excited. They're doing pretty good, you know. Now, so means we're basically going 1, 2. So we're finishing out the early exploration is what I'm really trying to do. Because once you get to normal, that's where you're more likely to find the boss encounters. All right, so we got a straight haul, so it's just going to head straight. 28. And let's find out what's in that hall. So far, things have been very quiet. We can't say too quiet yet, but you know. All right, making good time. It's been probably about a minute. It's probably another minute getting down to the level and one more to get to here. All right. What's on the end of the hall? So once again, normal expiration. I'm sorry, early expiration. Oh, I got a four-way hall. This is turning into a little bit of a labyrinth, but it's very good. We're not likely to dead end with this many four ways. Okay, what's in there? Four-way hall. Worn stone blocks. Oh, they got wood planks. Yeah, nothing like changing floor to get your adventurers truly paranoid. And wooden planks. Yeah, not that anybody would fall through or anything. No, of course not. All right. We're going to continue our sweep to the south. We've already got a connection there, but they're a little paranoid about this room over here because they know there's a trap in there. Which, by the way, is why I put the little X there, because the party knew, right? So, I mean, that helps me as a DM distinguish in solo play whether, between what do I know and what does the party know. Let's do it. Straight room. Wow, we're definitely want to head south. Okay. That's 29. All right, we found some doors. We also capped off the other way. And of course, remember, straight technically means this way, but of course there's no difference. All right. There's something lurking in that room? Let's find out. All right. Door made of oaken planks. Wooden bolt. Oh, gauntlet fist in the center. Somebody marked it. It's not locked. Oh, we hit an encounter. There you go. All right, we're about to hit their first stuff. Let's see how things are going. All right, seeing how we're going to have an encounter, I'll go ahead and move these guys up and then spread them out again. All right, so generally what happens is these guys are going to be back a little bit. So let's start to spread them out. There, let's just close all this stuff out. So if we look at our party sheet, when we're heading south, say Den is the man who's on the right. So they're pretty much upside down. By the way, you can drag and drop these guys out again, but it'll kill the LOS, the Fog of War LOS, which isn't honestly that important in this particular mode because if the tile's down, that means I must have at least seen it, right? So you know from that point of view. All right, so I have them back a little bit because the first thing that Austin Hean's going to do is check it out. Now we know that it's unlocked, but he'll still do the whole, sneak up on the door, check it for traps, check to see if it's locked, and then he'll listen. And so the most important thing is likely going to be, does he hear anything? And to figure that out, we need to figure out what's inside. So we are on the second level, so let's roll. I had to re-put these down so they're not auto-rolling right now. Let me fix that. Auto-rolling, I mean, when you click, they generate a results. Oh, more centipedes. Hmm. All right, Mr. Centipede. Oh, there are spies everywhere, trying to interfere with my mission. All right. I guess we're gonna ease in. The centipede, hopefully, knock on wood here. It shouldn't be a big deal, but God, I was looking through the old videos, and poor Tordak has not been doing real well on this level. All right, let's go ahead and throw him on the tracker and get him going. Let's quickly skim through. They'll see that they got a stuck door. What I was looking for is traps. It doesn't look like there's any traps because a trap in the room or on a door might have, had an influence on the combat tracker on this combat. And if so, I would have wanted to put it on the combat tracker. Blah blah blah. All right. Everything being the same, our guys will go up there. Big only question is, do they know the guys are the centipedes are in there, and not, which means I'm gonna have to roll. And the centipede, by the way, is being carried by Girth, so I'm gonna get him out of there and put him right there. So, Mr. Hean listened. His perception's not bad. Double proficiency and 14, 21, that's a pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure centipedes have stealth. Centipedes are not smart. They're not likely to be right around the door. They're not waiting for somebody to come through. They're kind of investigating. Somehow they got locked in this room, which is, by the way, when you're doing encounter tables. That's why I try to minimize things that can't open doors on random encounter tables. A few of them are okay, but if you got a lot of stuff that can't open doors, that means your party can just open the door, close the door, do stuff like that on it to them. All right, so we got them spread around. Maybe looks like I was favoring that side a little more. But here, let's do that. And Mr. Centipedes they used to be stealthy. Are they still stealthy? Oh, doesn't look like it. They do have some dex, so their passive stealth is 12. They're through a door, so I usually take -2 off, which means he needs a 14, and he rolled a 21. So he hears something moving around in there. Obviously, they don't talk. Says, I hear something moving around in there, guys. This is probably a pretty good order. Basically, they give in a little room so people can move up or not. So we'll go in like this. Let's go ahead and roll for our party as far as initiative. There we go. Silence in theory needs a roll. I believe it's D20 plus 1. Yeah. So it's 20. This. too fast, really. Let me grab silence. Is somewhere. Oh, that was a centipede. I see. I thought that was a centipede. Let's blow poor silence up. Usually, I assume, unless there's as they start exploring, he's probably trailing them a little bit to warn them. One of the things to keep in mind, familiars can do help, and one of the reasons people use owls is they have flybys, which means they don't provoke, so they go up, do the aid action, and then fly away. It is a little risky from the point of view for the familiar, because it tends to attract, not because the aid action is going to kill him, but because that attracts the attention of the monsters, and they may take a swat at him. Well, most of the time, if it's not attacking them, they'll probably leave it alone. Okay, so silence will go first, as is traditional. They get ready to open the door. Silence is going to, in this case, look at Austin. Austin's not going to have him do anything dangerous, so you just say take a quick look back and make sure nothing's sneaking up. So he'll go back there, and then he'll just fly forward, relatively close to Austin, so next time he can do something. All right, the centipedes can't open the door, so now we get into the fact that do the centipedes hear these guys? And they might well, because they might well hear them, because these guys' stealth is terrible. They're in heavy armor, which gives them the whole disadvantage, which is a -5 on passive checks, and so their stealth is 0, which would be 10, so it's at 5. So even through the door, it's going to be at 7. So if these centipedes have a 10, so the centipedes are likely to realize, if we look at their it was close, right? Actually closer. They needed a 7. They have an 8. So they do hear these guys, and being centipedes and brainless, they're going to rush forward because they're hungry. You could consider centipedes what do we used to call it? Chaotic hungry. So they're going to rush forward, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like they can all get there. Yeah. So basically, their plan, and it's gonna probably work pretty well for them, is they're gonna rush up ready. You can argue whether intelligent creatures ready and do all the mechanics. You know, these are relatively sophisticated mechanics. But somebody did a book, actually. They ended up turning it into a book. The monsters know what they're doing. And you can assume as a DM usually that your monsters instinctively utilize the combat system like a pack of wolves, right? Not real smart, but they have pack tactics, right? They should definitely use their pack tactics. And these guys should definitely, they run up, they're salivating, hoping something's gonna, they can hear it on the other side of the door. They don't know why the door's there or how it opens or anything like that, but they know there's something over there. So they just rush up and ready, hoping the door will mysteriously open. And in this case, it's gonna happen. And of course, this is a traditional. The guys in the back go first, and a lot of that is because they have higher decks. Almost always your frontliners have low decks. He will ready a shot with his bow against anybody who's adjacent to one of his fighters. So he basically is looking for a sneak attack. Austin is in the same boat. He'll ready his old reliable firebolt. Same thing. And finally, we have Dent. Now, this door is not locked, not stuck. Just checking that again. The one across the way is stuck. So he's going to throw it open, and this is going to kick it all off. So let's get the door open, and so all the readies go off. Poor Dent. Now, what order did you do the readies in? That's a question because it's not really spelled out. The way I do it is I tend to go it in the order that they readied in. So in this case, I'll go through all the monsters because they readied first, then Hean, then Alston, and finally Dent gets to get back to doing what he was doing. So these guys are going to try to eat Dent here. And let's put them on the unhide them. There we go. And go for it. So 7 is the one that doesn't have cover. So it'll bite him. Oh, it crits him. All right. So that takes. This is how low-level parties get killed, by the way. Oops, what I'm trying to do is poison. It used to be a saving throw. So Dent gets poisoned. And then we've got these other guys. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What I was trying to do is go down to here. I'm going to use the same guy, but the other two guys have cover. I'll just roll twice for each of them. One roll for 2. Dent's armor class is 20, so they need a 20. All right, so we can see that 9 plus 2 is a miss, and even 17 plus 2 is 19. So these guys missed. Now, that's the centipedes. So moving our way back down, the next person to go is going to be Austin. Is firing through his buddy. So he's got a -2. And he will sneak. If he hits, he will sneak. Let's open him up. And let me just swap over to the player side. Okay, so let's share the map so I can actually see. I had a. I kind of have a new setting here where I got into trouble with call view where it syncs the view and it makes it a square, and I couldn't figure out why they were doing that. But if we go back over, we should have. There it is. Let's close the other one. Bring this one back over. So I can see from Hean's point of view, he's got his view on this guy. -2. I thought I did. I guess I did. I tried to, and I recolored them because I had to put all the stuff back together to make their pointer colors kind of close to their dice, and so he kind of ended up with a darker gray because he ended up with a lighter. That's supposed to be light for the radiant dice. Short bow, go. Oh, what's gonna be miss? All right, so the next one should be somebody else. Oh yeah, Austin. All right, so Austin will firebolt this thing. Same parameters. -2. Let's see if he can roll better though. You can do it, Austin. Dent believes in you. Oh, got him. Take that, evil centipede number 7. Oh, good roll. Oh, I didn't quite get him. All right, so back to poor Dent. All right, Dent is now poisoned. That should be on his, yeah. Which means he's going to have disadvantage. He is using his quarterstaff, which just has topple. Let's, he got hurt. Not much. He's down 6. That's probably not enough for a second wind. Gets hit again, he'll probably consider it. So let's just quarterstaff it. Let's see if he can hit it. He's going to need a good, decent roll. It's that evil critical. Oh, God. Roll a 2. All right. So that ends Dent's turn. Tordak. Tordak is going to force object interaction. Try to get this door open. It's kind of hard to. I'm not sure what the solution is, but it's pretty hard to open the doors when you're adjacent to him. He will try to focus fire and get rid of that centipede. Come on, Tordak. It was kind of painful reviewing the videos, watching him miss. Well, and then roll ones. Come on, Tordak. This is your time. Oh, it is. You got him. Come on, Tordak. Topple if he doesn't kill him. Oh my God, he rolled a 1. No. Anyway, he got him anyway. Oh, poor Tordak. But at least he got a kill out of this thing. Yeah. Yeah, so Tordak ends his turn, and that's going to take us to Girth. Wow. All right, there we go. No, I'm not sure I actually set all their light sources up right. That's weird. It looks like you're selecting, but what's really happening is this is just normal. Then you unselect them, so you see the party view. Yeah, the lights aren't on these guys. Oops. I didn't want to close that. So what they should have done at the beginning was cast light spells and all this stuff. So let's go ahead and do all that stuff. Let's see. It's been so long. I'm pretty sure he is lighting himself, and then he's having Austin carry his lantern. Which gives them. All right, let's go back and take a look and see. Now when I select them, yeah, okay, good. Well, you know, for a long time he had horrible luck with Toll the Dead, but he finally had a little bit of a breakthrough against the kobolds. Oh, they don't look like they're wise. Oh, you're not wise. That's what we want to hear. Still using that house rule, and oh, there we go. All right. Our buddy, the giant centipede. This is the one which apparently wasn't being dragged around. The Garf's supposed to be carrying this thing, so I'll put it here. Interesting. All right. He's a little big. Seems to be a little bit bigger than I remember, which is fine. One of the things I am starting to dislike is the tinies. I end up finding myself blowing up silence so I can grab him. All right, round 1. And we'll start with silence. This is where the flyby comes in. So Austin will, so he'll hoot, and Austin will tell him to go help against 14, I guess. So he'll run in, aid, and fly away. They've got 60 feet of movement, which is 12 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So this guy, his advantage, I'm probably going to need to make an effect for him. He hasn't been doing it a lot. In this case, it's pretty good because there's only 3 of them. They're dumb, so they're not likely to attack. And our quest centipede stares at these guys. All right. Nom nom nom. Still working on the principle of the monsters know what they're doing, at least when it comes to melee. He's going to move over so he doesn't have cover and attack Tordak. I just usually have a attack straight, but his first target was going to be Tordak anyway. He does miss. This guy does have cover. And oh, lost a miss. This takes us to the final one. And he'll roll it. Tordak. Oh, we crit him. God, the second crit for the crit centipedes. He's also poisoned. Resistance to poison. You also have advantage on saving throws you make. But he's not immune. Okay, so he's still poisoned, but when he says, unfortunately, the centipede stuff is duration until the start of the centipede's next turn. So it's not going to help him. Which takes us to Hien. Hien is. Focus fire or not. He's got advantage on the guy. In front of Tordak. I think he'll do it because the advantage is big enough for him that, and they don't seem to be dying from one hit. Oh, when I went out, I actually bought arrows and stuff, and then unchecked everything. What's this one? And he missed anyway. Poor guy. Yeah. You guys have totally got this. I didn't want to steal your kill. Yeah. Gareth rolls his eyes. Feels like focus fire is still the plan here. These guys are not dying from one hit. He'll do a D8 with this toll to death if he gets them. He'll try again though, if I can get it to roll. You kind of need to wait until the token shows up in the top of the battle map. See how it, if you do it a little fast. I failed again. That's good. That's not a sign doing this backwards compared to the actual rules. Oh, he's critical. Didn't quite get him. Tordak. All right, Tordak. You at least your missing slump is gone, but your your damage is still not looking good. Right. So he had disadvantage because of the poisoned. He hit him anyway, though. And come on, Tordak, just roll something other than 1, please. All right. So he kills him. The whole 1 probably would have killed him anyway. And he'll hold the line there. Let's get rid of this guy. Dent will swing at the guy straight in front of him. Yeah. Doing good. His confidence is through the roof because of this quarterstaff. Oh my God. Tordex ones are catching. All right, Austin. These things aren't dying from 1 hit, which means that doing a little damage to 2 of them seems like a reasonable option here. So he's going to go ahead and do his acid splash. Oops. Which targets both of these guys. Not ping, it's been a while. If you do target mode, you can like select them both like that. And then one success. All right, makes him the weaker guy. And they're at round 2. Round 3, really, but the reason it starts at round 0 is for better combat effects gold. Silence. Silence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Assist 9, 10, 11, 12. He'll be in Austin Square, so I'll kind of put him there. He's tiny, so he can fit inside a medium with a medium, which is what Hien is. So advantage versus the evil centipede 10. Wow. Austin smiles as his familiar gives him advantage. -2 though. And he's just going to firebolt him, going for the kill here. If I can. There we go. Ooh, he should have had advantage. I didn't put it on. I forgot. Yeah, I will make an effect for that, for help. Aid. Wonder if there's one up there. I think there is. Is there one? No. Let me see if Better Combat Effects has one. Oops, did I do it wrong? Bet. Is it already activated? Oh, I see. I'm on the PC side. Let's try that again. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, there it is. It's not. Oh, I bet I don't have it shared with them. So you can do the aid auto load, and generally, what you want to auto load for your players is the player's handbook, which I've done, but I didn't do it for that. The reason you want to do Better Combat Effects Gold if you use it is because of the they have a large number Oops. Oh. Back to the player side. If they load it, see how all these custom effects, that's all the better combat effects. They may have aid in here. No. All right. But one of the more useful ones is dodge, by the way. All right, so after that long side thing, he crit, which is awesome. And why the aid from the familiar is so useful. Especially for low levels. These guys are still having a hard time hitting these guys, and they would have what I would consider about an average armor class for their level. Firebolt. Oh, pair of eights. That's good. Go straight right down. All right. Oh, Solid's made a real contribution there. Looks like Heaton's next. Heaton is getting a little bolder. Probably still not enough to run up to into the room. He'll go ahead and shoot. One of the things I did when I went out, but I see that when we reverted it, what did happen was buying him more arrows. I thought I updated the inventories. Yeah. So I need to, but I didn't apparently go back in here and undo all these. He's used a couple already, so I'll just leave it like that. Let's see, we're on the third round. He's fired once per round. So let me do one more. So when he fires, it'll be right. So he's got cover. He will sneak if he hits. Let's try that again. There we go. This is a transparency problem. What's happening is I'm getting it over, but it's not over. You actually have to have it over the monster, not the area around it. This is why you use tokens. The problem is the advantage of doing tokens of transparency is that I don't need another token for the 3D view, right? Because this one, then we have the centipede, right? I may need to, that's why I did it that way originally. But I may, it doesn't bother me that much except for against the smaller monsters. Except you just have to watch it. If you watch it, you're going to be fine. But all right, he killed him. Good job. All right, our boys in black are awesome adventurers. Boldly advance. And so once again, we come to, do the centipedes have treasure? And the answer is no. So the next question is, have they managed to kill something recently, which would mean that there's treasure in the room? And that, I'm going to give a 50-50 chance. So if I roll odd, then there's treasure. Nope. They haven't killed anything recently. So, wow. This is our first session after a while. I'm going to go ahead and quit after this. Let's take a quick look. Our guys actually did pretty good. They're rolling right on down. They got one more early expiration, and they're going to start getting out into the further places where they may hit a boss encounter. But we'll pick it up next time, and I'll see you then.